Assalamualaikum and hi, good day everybody. Welcome to the class of FTE 4233. Today we will continue from our previous topic on the selection and evaluation of finfish, but today we will focus on the selection and evaluation of crustacean and bivalves. Alright. Just an overview of today's topic. We will focus on three main species, which is for the shrimp species. The second one is crab species, and those for the crustacean. And we have another one species that we will cover, which is oyster for the bivalves. So it is very important that you select healthy and high performing broodstock because we want to ensure that this broodstock will produce to us a very good or high quality seed, and also this could sustain the operation in our aquaculture or in our farm. All right. So for the crustacean species, remember we have shrimp and also we have crab. So for the shrimp, this is an intensive species that has been cultured wide world. So we have two main species, which is Lithopenis vename, or locally known as udang putih, and the second species is Penis monodon, or locally known or more familiar with black tiger prawn or tiger prawn. And for the crab species, we will focus on the Scylla serrata. So this is the second important species for the crustacean. All right. So what we want to see, what we should look on the selection and evaluation of the species. So first, we have to focus on the health status and the biosecurity of the species. So for shrimp species, so this species is the established or we have very big industry on this. So for this species, they have already developed biomarker to detect or to screen diseases related or main diseases that always or commonly occur disease outbreak in the related species. So the disease, the biomarker that they can use is to detect. The first one is white shrimp WSSV, and the second one is the IHHNV, and they also have TSV and EMS. So they have like four species, four diseases there that they already have biomarkers. So what they need to do is just to have a screen um, uh, for to ensure that the broodstock that they purchase or they produce is free from any of these diseases. For instance, the white spot syndrome virus a disease is a virus infection that normally occur or infected penny shrimp, and also we have for the marine and also freshwater prawn species. They also uh, uh, want to make sure that the prawn is free from infectious hypoderma and hematopoietic necrosis. And also for the Tourette syndrome, early mortality syndrome. So these are all the most common diseases that people always or farmers always screen or apply this biomarker to run polymerase chain reaction or PCR, or another more recent or more modern method. They use real time PCR, RT-PCR, to screen for these diseases. So it depends on the budget, the cost that the farmers has, whether they want to adopt for PCR, whether they want to adopt for RT-PCR. But it is a must it is common procedure to screen diseases in the broodstock that they apply or they use in the farm. And they means that they want to make sure they need to obtain SPF or SPR broodstock, what we call the specific pathogen free broodstock, so that it is free from to carry any diseases, and to make sure of this and to allow for this screening to be done. So they have to quarantine the just received broodstock for 2 to 4 weeks prior for this action. All right, so we have two options to get this broodstock. The normal or the conventional one is we could caught it from wild environment, the wild caught. Of course, the no prey that produced from this wild caught broodstock is robust, means that they are healthy, they are in good quality. But then the drawback of this option is that we don't know the performance of the seed produced by this broodstock, and also we could not guarantee that it is disease free, because there is a risk also that this broodstock will carry disease infection together in their body. All right. So more preferable method for hatchery operation, normally we adopt the second option, which is the domesticated broodstock, because if we choose this one, we know exactly the pedigree, and also we have data. We know the performance of the broodstock because we could rely on the data or the record that they produce or they keep for that specific broodstock that we purchase. And because of that, this option is more preferable in the hatchery operation. All right. So to select the broodstock, we always based on the size, similar to the finfish. Actually, we rely on the size, but different size for the different species, of course. For crustacean, normally for the female, we select size of the female more than 30 gram, and the male is more than 25 gram, and they should have no sign of disease or deformity, and they show good growth. Of course, we can determine based on the size of this animal, and also the survival history. So this is from the record that comes with the animal, and we have to make sure that they have uniform body structure. All right. So for the crab, the second species in the crustacean, so we base on the carapace width and also the maturity. We need to check for parasite infection, and also we need to check the condition of the shell. And normally for the crab, we use what we call we use the method what we call eye stalk ablation. Of course, in the shrimp also apply the same procedure, but this is mainly to induce spawning in this species. All right, so this is the last species for today's topic. So we come to oyster part. So for the sexual development, we know that oyster is a protandric hermaphrodites. So means that they change sex later in their life. So normally, generally, they will start with males, and later in their lifetime, at some point of their life, they will become females, and from this they could maintain the balanced sex ratio in the broodstock pools. And for the oyster, they choose for the specifically for the broodstock to become a broodstock, to make it selected for broodstock. The size should be around 7 to 8 centimeters, and they should have high condition index means that the shell size is big, and healthy shell condition, and this large oyster they will remain or will be used for spawning purposes. All right, so that's all for this topic. So what I can summarize is that, of course, in any aquaculture species, of course, we need to get or we need to select healthy broodstock, because this is the main or this is the most important fundamental foundation base for aquaculture operation, because from here you can expect what kind or type of seed that will be produced from this broodstock. And for the shrimp, remember about the SPF. They should be a known pedigree broodstock, so that you could predict or you know the performance of the seed produced from this broodstock. For the oyster, we focus on the size. Of course, in the shrimp also focus on the size. But then for the oyster, the way we measure the size is quite different, because we base on the conditioning index, and the conditioning key is the main factor. And of course, aside from this, we also need to prepare the optimum environment for them to live in, and also the health screening, the utilization of biomarkers for disease screening is so important for us to select and to evaluate the crustacean and bivalve species for the purpose of selecting a good or high quality broodstock for further spawning or to produce high quality seed for aquaculture operation. All right, so this is everything for today's topic. So see you again in the next topic. Bye.